A contractor who had accused the Karnataka Rural Development and Panchayat Raj Minister K.S. Eshwarappa's associates of demanding a 40% commission for a contract was found dead at a private lodge in Udupi this morning. Santhosh Patil reportedly sent messages to the media and his friends early this morning saying that he was going to end his life and alleged that Mr. Eshwarappa was responsible for his death. In his purported suicide note, Mr. Patil urged Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai and senior BJP leader B.S. Yediyurappa to help his wife and kids after his death. RDPR Minister K.S. Eshwarappa is solely responsible for my death. I am taking this decision keeping my aspirations aside. I request with folded hands to our Prime Minister, Chief Minister, our beloved Lingayat leader B.S. Yediyurappa and everybody else to extend a helping hand to my wife and kids, he wrote. Moving on to the next news, Arvind Kejriwal's meeting with Punjab officers on Monday, reportedly in the absence of Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, has fueled a massive controversy with the opposition Congress alleging remote control by the Aam Aadmi Party chief weeks after party's victory in elections. Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, reportedly met with top officials of the Punjab State Power Corporation Limited in the meeting where the state's Chief Secretary and Secretary Power were also present. Opposition parties like the Congress and Akali Dal seized on the reports that Bhagwant Mann, who took charge as the Chief Minister last month after AAP's win in Punjab, was not present at the meeting. IAS officers summoned by Arvind Kejriwal in CM Bhagwant Mann's absence. This exposes the de facto CM and Delhi remote control. Clear breach of federalism, insult to Punjabi pride, both must clarify, tweeted former Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu. Moving on to the next news, India is planning to boost shipments to Russia by an additional $2 billion as the two nations work out a payment system in local currencies to continue bilateral trade amid sweeping international sanctions on Russia for invading Ukraine, people with the knowledge of the matter said. To do this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's administration is in talks with Moscow to liberalize market access for several Indian-made products, the people said. This comes as the two governments work towards a proposal to settle trade in rupees and rubles and look for ways to balance the trade given that India is a net importer of Russian goods. India is looking to export products supplied by countries who have halted shipments after US and its allies imposed sanctions, they said. Moving on to the next news, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's security was breached again today at a public meeting at Nalanda where some young men burst crackers, triggering panic for a while. One of the mischief makers have been caught and taken to the police station, sources said. At the grounds of Gandhi High School in Silao, when Mr. Kumar was meeting people as part of a mass dialogue program, there was a blast just 400 meters away from the Chief Minister. It was followed by a near stampede as panic-stricken people ran for exits. After the police managed to establish order, it was found that the explosion was caused by crackers. The police managed to arrest the man involved, who was still found to be carrying several matches and firecrackers. Moving on to the next news, India's retail inflation for March 2022 rose to 6.95% from 6.07% in February 2022, mainly due to rising food and oil prices. Food inflation for March rose sharply to 7.68%, while it was 5.85% in February 2022. The retail inflation in January 2022 was 6.1%, and with this, the inflation which is calculated on Consumer Price Index (CPI) has breached Reserve Bank of India's upper tolerance limit of 6% for third month in a row.